Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
This is going to be a little bit different than our usual shows. It's going to be good. No, it's going to be a little bit different because we don't usually talk about breaking news kind of things. But this is going to be one about breaking news. And I'm sure Mr. Magazine is all over this. And yes. I am certain he's already begun to make changes. So we're going to ask him what his changes are, and we're going to go from there. I don't know if you saw these or not, Mr. Magazine. There were two big things that caught my eye. Hopefully not a fish hook.
The bulldozers in the background?
Yeah, there you go. Coming out of Amazon, and I want your opinion on how this is going to affect people. I think this is a huge potential situation that I don't think is getting the press that it deserves.
Okay.
Amazon was found liable for things that people sell on their marketplace. And it's been a couple of times in court cases. A recent court case just came through. So in other words, if I sell a toaster on their website and it burns your house down, Amazon could be sued.
Yeah, that is a problem, and I don't know how Amazon would be handling that. Hopefully it doesn't fall back on us, though.
Well, you're fine.
Okay.
Because you're already required to have proof of liability insurance.
Gotcha.
So you're fine.
All right.
I have liability insurance. So I'm fine. The question that I have is, I'm sure some of the
most people do not
have liability insurance because...
Or what's that? You know, like, what the hell is that?
I think I'm spending $2,500 a year on it, and I don't have any need for it other than inventory value. Yeah. And potentially this is far for Amazon also.
Yeah, right.
Because I don't have people buy, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But the question I have is, what will Amazon do? How is it going to affect other Amazon sellers? Will Amazon come up with some kind of their own insurance program where they take 20 cents out of each sale and throw it into some pool to cover it or something other like that? I don't know, unless you have liability.
They could gate them. So now, like, if you're not a toaster deal, like anything else they do, Hot Wheels or Disney or something, if you're not a toaster or a KitchenAid
if it's something
licensed seller, you cannot sell this product. You're gated.
That's a good idea too for them. Yeah, they may end up gating more items that have a fair amount of liability on them.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Obviously, I sell an old magazine.
Paper cut. Band-Aid. I mean,
a really old magazine potentially has lead in it with the printing.
Yeah.
The real old green books have arsenic in them.
Does any of that happen at this point?
It's still there, but that would be real far-fetched. But I think that's going to be really, really interesting to see what ends up happening with that.
Think about these people that buy pallets of stuff, and you got 100 toasters on there, and you sell 100 toasters. You have a higher chance of that happening, or anything that could light on fire. A portable stove, or a camping stove, or those little, those Coleman propane, anything like that. Yeah, I would certainly stay away from that. Luckily, we do.
Right, but luckily we also have liability insurance, so we can rush headlong into it.
Yep. Or you might have to show that it's proof. You can't sell this product, and they've done it many times. So I'm sure they'll have to do something at this point. Just hopefully they don't just start charging,
Well, hopefully we would
to everyone extra to compensate their problems.
Hopefully we would be able to not be charged a fee for having the insurance.
Right.
And hopefully I sell enough things that it pays for the insurance. But then the other thing that caught my eye was a article I read about from eBay about what they're going to be changing as far as they're changing the view when buyers come onto a lot of the things. And they're basically making the pictures uniform size, bigger pictures. They're basically going a lot more visual on their website.
Okay.
Were you aware of this, Mr. Magazine?
I was not aware of it, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
But what are you going to change?
I'm changing nothing. I don't do any of that work.
What are you going to have changed?
You tell me.
Well, I've never really valued pictures very highly.
Right.
I'm going to have to make sure the lighting is better. I'm going to have to make sure I do better pictures intentionally.
Hold on. If you don't, though, will you still be able to submit them? Or you
you can still submit them.
Okay.
No, you'd still be able to submit them. But if they're pushing pictures as the way that they are pushing search, how long until AI starts looking at the various pictures and saying, this picture is going to get higher placement. It's yet another item
Right.
that, this is a better picture than that picture. This picture's in focus, doesn't have glare, it's this, it's that.
Yeah.
And how long until, which again, if you're selling a one-of-one item, doesn't really matter too much.
Right.
But if you're selling a May 8th, 1968 Time magazine, and there's 20 of them on there, all of a sudden now you have the worst picture.
Yeah.
It strikes, it's a strike against you potentially, I think.
Well, the worst part about it, we're at a disadvantage because we've been selling for almost 30 years, so our old 10, 20-year photos aren't going to be like someone that just started a few months ago. They're going to have a better photo.
Well, just technology alone is going to be better.
Yeah, so our older stuff is less likely to sell now. It's hard enough to sell, now it's going to be even harder.
Well, I think when we started, I think the standard was 4 pixels on a photo. maybe it was a few more than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would take that under advisement if I were you. If you were selling that is what eBay is pushing. They are pushing images. They are changing the way that the search results show to the various buyers as well.
Right.
They're trying to push images, and if that is what eBay wants, they will obviously reward those people that jump through the hoops for that.
Yeah.
And for me, not being an image person, I don't really, I don't take a lot of good pictures on things. I just generally don't.
Right.
I'm not generally selling things like comic books or sports cards where condition is all that important.
Right.
I'm selling a 1933 brochure. It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, and that's the issue with the CZUR, because I've heard from multiple employees that sometimes if you don't have good lighting, it'll come up dark on certain covers, if the glossy covers. So it's something now you might need 2 scanners, one for non-glossy oversized and then one for glossy. So.
Or you may have to do multiple pictures till you find the picture that does look the best on it. Or eBay does, with their AI, does have some picture fix-up things that'll change the lighting and all that stuff on it a little bit, lighten and darken the thing a little bit. But yeah, so I did definitely want you guys to know that eBay is pushing the images now, so you may need to change how you are listing in order to stay relevant. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Do hit the like button so we stay relevant. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.